Okay. This is going to be guns, knives, watches, whatever. Things on, it's not going to come out. GT Bikes. Now, GT Bikes has just been pulled off the market by the corporation that owns it. Why? Well, let's get into the bikes and then we'll talk about it. Because this bike is a GT Aggressor Expert. Now, it's the Aggressor. It has Expert here, medium size, of course GT, blah, blah, blah. This one has a little sticker on it, which is the 50 years of, you know, since 1972, boy. Woo! But you know what? That should be under the clear coat, not on top of it. So that's just a sticker on top of there that will peel off. So if you're trying to save this thing for posterity or whatever, you might ought to get it taken care of. Now, I've done a lot to this bike because this bike is very antiquated in its design and everything else. But the frame for this one, which is a aluminum frame, which is 6061, which you hold it in your hand all the time almost, but whatever. It's just regular aluminum. It's that there aluminium, man. Anyway, and of course this thing's got a triple triangle and you can bolt shit to it, blah, blah, blah. But it's got a 27.2 C-post, which is small for droppers. It has no internal routing, no ability to do it anyway. And it's got a small head tube, which is fine. I mean, it's, if you want to whine about, like, people, oh my God, it's 30-something millimeters. Okay, look at this. I mean, look how small that is. It's like, God, my hand, it's like, Jesus Christ. I don't know what to tell you, dude. Like that, you can't, that's just the way it works. But then more modern is a 40 and then also a tapered. So I changed the thing over to a 1x. It was a 3x8. I changed to a 1x9 and then of course put a just simple, it still has the same bottom bracket and everything, so you got to use one of those top cranks, man. And then, of course, we've got the Advent with the clutch and 11 246 tooth rear, race face Chester pedals, and then, whatever else, blah, blah, blah. I have changed the stem, put a shorter stem on it, and then I put a little bit wider bars than what it had, and also the other ones were shiny, and I like flat better. Anyway, on that, I will come to a situation where I don't like flat as well, but let's go there. Tomato, whatever, tomato. Anyway, but yeah, but the Expert has the hydraulic brakes. And then this there, the other, as opposed to the Pro, which I guess the Pro was something that was only sold at Dick's. I don't know anything about this brand. I'm going to tell you my God's honest truth. I never owned a GT bike in my life. To me, GT bikes are what little dweebs. This there, they go to bike parks, ride. At that time in my life, I was learning how to shoot rifles and do things and play around and da-da-da-da-da. And I was not doing bikes. And, marching's a big thing. And I was trying to shoot and all that. Ah, my God. But anyway, and then when GT moved over into mountain bikes, that just to me was the gateway drug for these idiots to get into my damn sport of mountain biking. So GT created the gateway drug for that, which is fine. I'm old. I know I'm old. I grew up in a military boarding school, so it's like, damn, which that kind of thing doesn't exist anymore. I'm learning, which is why it shut down. Anyway, so yeah, I've changed a lot of things on here, but And then the GT BMX bike, which this is, thank God, I hope this thing does not stay here. It looks like, you know, basically a midlife crisis on whatever. It's a 24-inch wheel with slicks, disc brakes, chromoly front, tapered front fork, and, you know, whatever. And you know, just a... Okay, so it's a, like I said, GT Pro Series. And it's got little stickers sticking everywhere, whatever. Anyway, it's interesting. But yeah. Now, why is any of this important? It's not. What is important is the market for this bike and this bike have switched, because the demographics of your average bike shop, based on time that person has to deal with you, what they're selling, markup, everything else, has moved higher. But not only that, the customers at the lower end, let's say, you know, I've been told 3,000, 4,000 and below, they're having a hard time with in a lot of markets. And then you have this market that are the budget bikes, which I have to sit there and say, I am enjoying that. I'm enjoying learning that, you know, Ozark Trail and how to make this bike into a better bike, and how to do, you know, take these two Ozark Trails and turn them, which these both are the M.2s with no markings. But that's not the problem. You know, I understand that. I'm happy that this market has been created where, you know, Walmart, you know, possibly with Sam's and with whatever else, their big marketing machine, will make bikes that you can do quite a bit of things on and go to the trail and not be intimidated and not go through that hurdle of having to deal with that bike shop mentality. And you feel, you know, it's a non-threatening, you're there, can you get on the bike, can you stand over it, and you can do all that, and, you know, take a friend that knows or something. My problem is with this particular brand, that $600-700 customer, or that lower tier customer that walks into the bike shop, those people that build, that move up eventually to those higher bikes because, well, they learn to appreciate them for what they are, and, you know, also have a little bit more experience and use them. What scares me is I can't build an economy without the buyers of this bike, because I need those people who want to spend X number of dollars at the local bike shop and this, there, or the other. It's great that this is filling the gap. It is great that this market exists and has been created through, I would say, probably through YouTube and through social influencers and through, you know, their interaction and with not only the bike companies, i.e. with these two, those are Kent, and then there is a Kent, and then of course we've got Cannondale and Gary Fisher. Gary Fisher is a Trek, but Cannondale is the same company with GT. Now, they kept Cannondale open. Why? Because Cannondale is a machine. It had, you know, I don't know, and they're probably milking it for what it's worth. I really don't know. I don't know the numbers on Cannondale. I wish I did. I probably will find out now that I just said that, but that's neither here nor there. Now, they're part of the same big marketing company. The reason they closed basically GT is because they were moving Mongoose, which they also own, into the markets, and then they were phasing these out. blah, blah, blah. But Mongoose didn't replace GT. I don't know. I don't know. This bike industry right now is a box of chocolates. But the reason it's a box of chocolates is because you can't build an economy. And the thing that bothers me is, like, you can't build an economy with a person that's going to pay, you know, $10,000 for a bike. That's not the customer. That's not what builds an economy that has a class system that you can easily move through and is progressive and scalable and everything else. That kind of system only creates a two-class system. And I have no earthly idea what the hell I just said, but anyway, rock and roll. This is just me rambling. Whatever. I ramble about the weirdest things. God. So what am I going to say in the other one? Who knows? Party on.